Hi, so welcome to week 2. This week's been interesting. The piece we're doing, I keep saying we because my husband's here. The piece we're doing this week is Apologia by Alexi Kaye Campbell. Character is Claire. It's another pretty long one. This one's kind of interesting because in spite of it being long, it feels like there are two, and you'll notice there are two very definite decent pieces within this longer piece. There's the first half of it with all the Doll's House references, and then the end, which I think that you'll see. Personal challenges are I just got cast in 2 more shows, and I filmed this week, and. So increasingly we're going to have a hard time finding time to film these. I'm actually filming it this week on Sunday because tomorrow I'm filming a short film in the morning/afternoon, and then tomorrow night I'm actually doing a seated reading. So there is no time tomorrow to film. So we're doing it a day early. So I might have my script in my hand. Try not to judge. I might have just messed with the mic. I am also miking it this week as an attempt to see if we can make this a little bit clearer. So thanks so much. This is Claire from Alexi Kaye Campbell's Apologia. I don't think I'll be seeing you again. So I thought it only right to come say goodbye. Consider it a mark of respect. I don't know what you and Simon talked about last night, but when he came back to the room, he woke me and we chatted until dawn. You'll be happy to know that we have decided to part ways. Don't flatter yourself into thinking that this was your doing. It was inevitable. We had just been putting it off, that's all. I'm surprised we lasted 1.5 years. He said that the only reason that he was attracted to me was because I was the polar opposite of you. When you said last night that you thought I was good in a doll's house, my heart missed a beat. I nearly leapt for joy. How do you do that? Did I ever tell you about my father? I watched him drown in a mountain of unpaid bills. When I was 13, he was declared bankrupt. I used to come home from school every day. The bathroom door was always closed, and the sound was always the same. The sound of my mother's stifled sobs. And then she would come out with a smile on her face and cook dinner. One day he left and never came back. My mother and I moved into a small rented flat and lived on benefits. The first day I moved my bed and there was a whole lot of blood on the wall. I spent my whole life in that flat wondering what had happened before we arrived. I came up with quite a few upsetting scenarios. I had a very vivid imagination. Since then, I have spent my life running away from unpaid bills and stifled sobs and those dark red stains that may have affected some of my artistic choices. That's my individual story. But I suspect that somewhere along the line, you've stopped listening to people's individual stories. I wonder when that happened. You know, there's a part of me that admires you. The way you've held on to everything that you believe in. but your idealism has turned into hardness, Kristen. It is a thick, thick shell. You do. A carapace. Isn't that the word? Why does she demonize me like that? I always asked myself, why does she vilify me? Why does she scrutinize everything I do and then condemn it without a second thought? And then I realized it's nothing to do with me, really. It's not about me. It's about you, Kristen. I had a bit of a revelation last night in my room. Well, they say, don't they, that as people get older, that they just become worse versions of themselves. I think in some people it's just a bit more pronounced. And I expect it's really a case of having to hold on to everything you are, everything you were, all the choices you made and the paths you followed. Because if you start to question that, if you start to doubt that, well, you're fucked, really, aren't you? So you just hold on with every fiber of your being. It must be exhausting being you.